Hi everyone! I guess this is the spot I make my videos in my garage. I create videos, sorry, I'm nervous. Because of mental health, I want us to get through this together. I am on my way. I do suffer from anxiety and depression on a much lesser scale than I once did. And I'm just gonna go through some things that helped me not be so depressed and anxious all the time. It was consuming my life. I was quite suicidal for like too long, almost like a decade, really. And I've definitely grown out of that. There's still, time to time I get down, but not so dark, and it hasn't been for a while. I want to keep it that way. Anxiety for me, I still have it because it just runs in my family, but it's not such a mental feeling I get as like I once did. Like social anxiety and whatnot I had, and I'll talk about that more. Now when I have anxiety and whatnot, which I get like every day, it's just I have like sweaty palms, like that never goes away, and it's not like I'm thinking about anything that I'm anxious about. I have anxiety rushing through me because that's how my nervous system operates, I suppose. Working out definitely helps alleviate some of those symptoms, but that's something else. Right now, I want to talk about what I did to get myself out of social anxiety, because I think that's important, and I think there's a lot of brilliant people in this world whose lives are being held back because they suffer from this fucking awful condition. I know it held me back in life, that's for sure. And what we can do to work past that, because it that makes you feel less alive. It prevents you from reaching your fullest potential, and I that was like one of the worst things that I've gone throughout everything. So first I just want to make a video addressing that. So social anxiety, how does it go? If you never had it, how would you explain it to a person? If you have it, then you know, and it's fucking awful. So first I'm just gonna say social anxiety for me, because I know everyone's different and everyone's on a different level. I would label it as quite severe. And it kind of started when and I mentioned this in my other video, losing my hair. That's kind of what triggered my whole anxiety that actually runs in my family. And so I I developed it because I was always so nervous and wondering what people would think of me because of my hair, and that's kind of normal. Sometimes you have a bad hair day or a nasty zit on your face, and you're kind of socially anxious because you're focusing on something which is taking you away from the present situation. You're too inward. So it was like that, and then it kind of spiraled out of control to the point where I was so inward, I couldn't carry on conversations because I couldn't follow them because I was so inward about, vanity reasons, really. But when you're young and you're a woman and how society is, it just kind of it makes you feel less of a person. So I'd always be anxious that people would be judging me and whatnot, and I just couldn't get out of my own head. So then I'd just be having conversations with people in real life, and I noticed that my mind would be too preoccupied thinking about what others are thinking or if they're judging me. I couldn't follow what was at hand. So that spiraled into me, like, then thinking, oh, well, they're gonna think I'm weird because I'm not in this conversation. I don't know how to have like a proper conversation with this person they because I'm elsewhere, and they're gonna think I'm weird. They're gonna think I don't have anything to say, And so then the anxiety wasn't even about the hair anymore. It was about me just coming across as weird. And I just couldn't escape that. I just couldn't get out of my head. I, I tried a lot of things, and to be honest with you, the one thing that really hit home, there's a motivational speaker that I absolutely love, and his videos, I could say, really started me on my way of transforming my life. His name's Brandon Bouchard. I was watching his YouTube videos, and I read a couple of his books. I highly recommend. And there's one video in particular, and he was mentioning just how, like, are we gonna live in a caged life? Like, there's three different types of people and whatnot, and I want you guys to like look up his videos and whatnot. So and I don't want to like repeat his material verbatim, but basically what I got out of Brendan was that you need to be present in the present moment. Stay in the present moment. And by staying in the present moment and practicing mindfulness, that will get you out of your head. That will get you to focus on what's going on, absorb what's going on. Because and then when you're in a conversation, all this information is just gonna spit out of your mouth, and you won't even know that you had that kind of ability and capabilities to be that person. I didn't think I did. I thought I was suffering from blank mind. I thought I could have no other thoughts in my head, but really it wasn't blank mind that I was suffering from. It was me being too inward and focused on all the negative going on. I couldn't think outside of that box that I was in. And so how do we get in the present moment and get out of our heads, right? So what I did, and this has been shown to change brain chemistry, actually. I first time I heard that, I'm like, ah, bullshit, change brain chemistry, yada yada. How is meditation, is what I want to bring up. How could that possibly change? Sorry, it's been like a rainstorm here, and I'm like, okay, anyways, who gives a shit, right? That's the thing that I'm trying to avoid, being inward and thinking about anything like this, because the real beauty's in here. Anyway, so I see what I mean. Once you get into like a certain thought like that, you lose focus and lose track of what you're talking about, what you're saying. Okay, let me try and regroup. Ah, shit. Staying in the present moment. Okay, so meditation. Hi. Okay. So meditation has helped me tremendously when I thought it was just absolutely bogus. When I first read about it, how could that possibly get me in the present moment? Well, it does so because when you shut your eyes and you try to step out of all of those negative thoughts, the negative spiral of thinking that you're down, that's some thunder going on right there. Anyways, you tend to slowly, it doesn't really happen overnight, but okay, for instance, this is how I would meditate. Sorry, I'm rambling. So I sit there in my bed, and some people like to listen to music. Brendan's approach with it is, I don't think he does music. He just tells you to just repeat in your head, like, release, 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 and focus on just releasing all the bullshit that's going through your mind and affecting you. So what I like to do, I went more of like with the release approach, just because I enjoyed Brendan's material so much. Now what I do is practice gratitude when I meditate. So anytime there's a negative thought going on, like, I must be doing good if I can't think of any negative thoughts going on right now. Um, okay, I don't, a generic one. I don't like the way I look today. Okay. Be grateful that you have two eyes where you can see, a mouth you can breathe out of. Like, it could always be worse. There's many more examples. My video is actually cutting off right now, or it's about to cut off, so I will make another one. But I just want to just give you an idea of where I'm going with through these videos. Just an idea of what social anxiety feels like, what we can do to overcome. Meditation, very important to get us into the present moment, to take us out of that inwardness that just zaps the life out of us. So we're gonna get the life back into you, just like it did for me, because I thought I was a lost cause, and I know there's help and there's hope for every single person out there going through all types of anxieties, depression. If I can get out of it, and I tell you, for 10 years I lived my life that way, you can. And I want to help you as much as I possibly can. And we're going to do this together. And if anyone else has any tips and tricks or whatever, feel free to comment. But yeah, this is so important to me, because there's too many people out there with social anxiety not living their life, and you're gonna start living it. You're gonna start living it today and tomorrow and the next day, and I will help you and hold your hand. And if you have anything that can help me, because I still can get some sort of situations, but I'm like a different person, completely different person than I once was. Change can happen. Don't give up on yourself. Love to all. Until next time.